Brian.
Hi, Dave. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Welcome. Finally, you're here.
It's
only taken 5 years.
It's been a while. I've wanted to be here for so long, and just walking in, I'm overwhelmed.
Just take a minute.
Dude, this is incredible. It's jaw-dropping.
It's a bit much.
You have an obsession, and it's gorgeous.
And I need help. I know.
Brian, how did all this start? Where did the inspiration from this come from?
I did several years of studying in Jerusalem back in the mid-'80s, and that was kind of my lifelong dream, to study ancient languages and the Hebrew of my Hebrew ancestors, and a lot of their culture, and one thing led to the next, and after I did my own share of archaeological excavations over there, I was really ruined for the true ancient forms, and so I really wanted to surround myself with all those things, and you can't just go to a store and buy it. So I realized I'm probably just going to have to figure it out for myself.
Hey, I'd love to know what are some of these pieces and what they mean, and if you could just take us on a little tour around the studio and show us what you love, why you made it, what stands out to you.
Yeah, I think everything you're looking at that catches your eye is probably the ring flasks, because those are the most foreign, I would think. Those are not forms that you commonly see, and but they were incredibly common in the Bronze Age. And I had a real fascination with them just because they're excavated at every great, ancient biblical city you can name. And I've put ancient Hebrew inscriptions, which is the Numbers chapter 6 blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you, be gracious to you, make his face shine upon you and give you peace. So I put that in almost all my pieces, just so it's an easy way for me to pass blessings along to people and into their homes without them even knowing it.
It's stunning. It's everywhere I look, my eye is just drawn to beauty and craftsmanship and care. Brian, you're an incredible artist.
Well, thanks, Dave. I appreciate that.
So this journey of me reconnecting with you came out of our desire to have some authentic pieces for our Good Friday experience that people are going to walk through. And tell us a little bit more about these pieces, because you made these specifically for that portion of scripture where Jesus tells his disciples, hey, go find this guy with the jar, follow him, and he'll take you to the upper room. Tell me what's so important about why this is shaped and formed the way it is.
I looked in one of my Jerusalem archaeology textbooks, and store jars from the first century in Jerusalem are very, very easy to spot from a mile off. They have a very, very particular style. And so most of them are very large and designed to be sunken into a kitchen floor and contain, water and cereal crops and oil and a variety of things like that. So I decided to make one that would be more authentic to someone carrying a carryable jar full of water. Obviously, one couldn't carry a huge one without a cart or an animal of some sort. So these ones would have been shoulder carried and would still conform to that very Jerusalemite standard first century form.
So when I look around, I see, and knowing who you are in your past, and we've done some ministry events together in the past. I know your heart and I know your passion for Christ. What's the spiritual connectedness to who you are with this medium and this craft? When you throw clay, is there something in you that is a connectedness to God in a way, or is this just a mechanical piece to work out some of your history?
Well,
or is it counseling?
Yeah, it's therapy of every sort. Everything you mentioned there is checked off on the list, I think. And yes, my Hebrew ancestors are a big part of my inspiration for delving into this sort of thing. But clay, the clay in the hand of the Creator is one of the most ancient metaphors that's listed many, many, many times in scriptures as well. And until you sit in front of a hunk of clay and fight it into submission, you don't fully appreciate a lot of those biblical metaphors and imposing your will on a piece of clay that will not have it. It will fight you at every step of the way, and you have to employ the techniques, and you have to employ the force, and you have to be gentle, and you have to do all these things. I mean, all those aspects. It's tactile. Everything brings that metaphor to life and you get covered with it as well. So that's not for everyone, but there's something just incredibly soothing for me and other potters I know.
So as people walk through our Good Friday experience, what would your hope be when they interact with these pieces?
I'm so amazed that the biblical text is as authentic and as rich, and it's so rich, and it's so underappreciated, I think, for we moderns, because we're so detached from our the Greco-Roman lens. Sometimes hinders us in appreciating the honesty and the depth of the biblical text. That's what the pottery is almost an intermediary. It's almost a link. It's a witness that stands to that ancient record that we all carry, and even the verb to create, is also the name of the potter's house, the Beit Yotzel. So you have the act of creation is so linked with the activity of a potter, even going back all those thousands of years. So I've always been very fascinated with that.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm so excited for people to experience Good Friday and to see some of your work, touch it, get up close with it, and feel what that
listen to it. Yeah, listen to it. Let it witness, right?
Let it speak to you. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Glad you came.